Right, very pleased to say I'm here with Sean Mc Coll here in Toronto. We're in Canada, Sean. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, it's so good. I love being on Hope soil and seeing all these Canadians in the crowd.
Yeah. We're just going to talk about the situation with yourself at the moment. And, you and Yakap are really having a bit of a battle over the last few years. And we were saying earlier, there's never really been a time in climbing where two guys have really got it together on lead and bouldering together. And how do you feel about that?
I mean, to start things off, I got to say that in the last few years, they've made it a lot easier for us to do both. Back in when I started doing World Cups 4 or 5 years ago, the season was so intermingled that it was like, oh, this week I'm doing a bouldering competition, then I got a lead, then I got two boulders, then I got a lead. It was actually really a lot harder to train for both. Yeah. Now that they've kind of put bouldering at the beginning, lead at the end, it's much easier to do. And so, I've been doing it for many years. Yakap, I convinced Yakap to start doing it a few years ago, and he loves it. He has no pressure in bouldering. He loves it just for fun. He's obviously a phenomenal climber, so he can do really well. Yeah. And there's even some other climbers that did it. I mean, Jorg Verhoeven loved to do it, and now he's decided to stop doing lead climbing. He feels like there's more of a challenge in bouldering, so he's been doing that. But I find it really fun just to always test myself. I just want to be a good climber. I don't want to be just he's a lead climber, I don't compete against him, or he's just a boulder. I just like doing it all. Just always a new challenge, always a new thing. And
do you find it good that the season has been split so that you can concentrate on the bouldering in the early part and you don't have to practice your lead, and then at some halfway stage in the season you start practicing your lead a lot more?
That's exactly, I love it. And I love the fact that it's not lead first. If it was lead then bouldering, it would be so much harder to train for. But I like it, and then the only downfall is that the two seasons put together are about 8 months. Yeah. So I'm competing for about 8 months of the year, and it's long. I don't have a lot of time to kind of go climbing out for myself, or go traveling or go on holidays. But then again, if I just want holidays, I just skip one of the World Cups that I'm not so psyched to go to, or if it's too expensive to go, and have fun.
And your season last year was quite incredible. You had some phenomenal results. I was looking through the list, and yet you still didn't win the actual overall World Cup. What happened there? Yakap must have been on fire.
Yeah, I mean, I had the best season of my career last year. That was so far, you never know. And then Yakap had an even better one. It's crazy. And he didn't even match his best year in lead. There was one year I think he won 7 out of 8 lead World Cups. I think last year he only won 2 or 3. He did so bad. But no, he was phenomenal. I came 3rd in the general rankings for the bouldering. He came 2nd. I came 4th in the lead overall rankings, and he came 3rd. I mean, he just beat me. And I don't know, maybe it's because he got to go to one more competition than me, you never know. But no, he's a phenomenal climber, and it's fun just doing the circuit against him. The overall ranking is kind of just for fun. I mean, we do it, we don't really think about the overall ranking. We just think about each individual competition, and then at the end of the year, we're like, oh, I wonder how the overall ranking was. Oh, you beat me by 60 points or 100 points or whatever it was.
But you really do take it that easy. Now, we both know the actual secret for you winning this. You've got to work on your speed, man. Yeah, but I'm better than Yakap in speed climbing. That doesn't say a lot, though. I think I've seen both of you. You're okay, but I probably couldn't get that far myself. But yeah, you don't take. It's really all about the competition. I think Anna Stur said something a little earlier. It's great to have the overall competition, but it's all about the actual, the events, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And even the general rankings, a little bit. It's interesting because it shows how many competitions you even went to. I mean, if there's 8 World Cups in a year, you have to go to at least 7 to be able to maximize your points, whereas I'm only going to go to 6 bouldering World Cups this year. I didn't make semifinals on the first one because I messed up. Now I only have it's 5. Yeah. So it's hard. And but for me, I take one competition at a time, and if I do really well, like I make finals or I'm on the podium or I win, to me that's a much bigger deal than kind of being average throughout the whole year and then being on the podium in the general rankings.
Well, that's always something that's interesting for me when I've watched climbing, and I'm always keeping an eye on you and Yakap to see how you've gone on against it, because you have this little personal. It doesn't matter that Kilian and Dimitri are having a battle for the gold. So where did Sean come and where did Yakap come? So, and Yakap's actually injured a little bit at the moment, so he's missing a few events. So this is an opportunity. Obviously you wish him all the best, but there's an opportunity here.
Exactly. No, I wish him all the best. I mean, I was with him when he injured himself in February, and because of his injury, something with one of his pulleys, he decided to skip the whole bouldering season. He might do the World Championships in August, but with that, he'll probably do a couple of speed competitions, so it is possible for him to beat me in the overall rankings, but I'm coming for him this year.
And we're here in Canada, and one of the things that's quite amazing, we're here at qualification. There's a real atmosphere here, and there's a real appetite for climbing in Canada, isn't there? It's just quite phenomenal to see how many people are so excited about this event.
Yeah, I mean, these events are the best, especially for competition climbing in Canada. We've always kind of known about the World Cup circuit. A few years ago, I moved to Europe just so I could be closer to the circuit. But these type of competitions, when you see all these Canadians, they're just really psyched. And then they're also even more psyched that, I come back for it and they have someone to really cheer for. Yeah. And like, I'm kind of like the favorite in Canada. I'm supposed to advance to the semifinals. I can advance to the finals. Maybe I'm on the podium. Maybe I win. But there's also a lot of other Canadians that I'm really hoping can advance to the semifinals. I mean, we have, I think, 12 men and 12 women. And, I'm really excited to watch them.
Yeah. Do you feel that you're sort of, this is your little group, this is your clan that you're really looking after? Like, you're the talisman figure, you're the flag bearer for Canadian climbing, and you've got all these others that are coming through, but they're all looking up to you. Like, do you ever get the opportunity to sort of try and disseminate some tips or pass on information to your fellow climbers here in Canada at maybe the nationals or anything?
Yes, I really try to help the other Canadians, whether it's at nationals, regionals, or even a World Cup like this. If any of them have any questions, they definitely have to come up and ask me. And I try to tell them, there's some of the younger kids, because you compete in World Cups now if you're 15, turning 16 by the end of the year. I try to tell them right away, like, look, you guys, if you have questions, concerns, you're worried about getting water, you're afraid to ask a judge, ask me. Like, I'm kind of like, you could say like a team captain. But, if there's a problem, I do appeals. I already know most of the people competing on the World Cup. I know the judges, I know the venue. So, yeah, if anyone have any problems, I'm comfortable doing this. I've done it so many times that it doesn't throw me off, figuring out stuff for other people. And I know that when it comes down to it, I'm going to get my shoes on and I'm going to try to climb.
Finally, you've just absolutely had a brilliant qualification. I think you're second overall on the list. So no problem. We might not see you for the commentary position for the finals, but I'm very happy to say that you feel good. You're looking very good.
Yeah, I feel really good. I did all 5 boulders in the qualification. I had a few weird falls, but overall I felt really good. It's really nice to be in front of this crowd. They're all cheering for me really loud, and I feel good.
It's going to be electric tomorrow, and we'll look forward to seeing you. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.